Hi, I'm Amy Sugarman, the Assistant Director of the Center for Civic Engagement. I'm here with a colleague and several students, and we are here to talk to you about the volunteering opportunities at Drew, specifically through a signature program called the Changebuilders. I'd like to introduce Alex Pierce, who is our current Changebuilder coordinator at Drew, to talk further about the program and provide information about the Changebuilders.
Thank you, Amy. So Changebuilders, it's a program at Drew. It is run by an AmeriCorps representative, and the goal is to get students to volunteer, both locally as well as abroad. The hope is that our students who are part of the program, they are going to refine their leadership skills, communication skills, global awareness, and much more. A lot of our students, they take on leadership roles within volunteering organizations throughout their time as a change builder, and they have the opportunity to volunteer outside of the country, which really provides them with that global knowledge that they wouldn't get while staying at Drew. The program itself, it's housed under New Jersey Campus Compact, which is a coalition of New Jersey colleges and universities that have a focus on volunteering at the college level. And so we really strive at Drew to have a campus that our students go out and they do community service and volunteer work. Obviously this year, things are a bit different because of COVID. Previously, our Change Builder students had the goal of each completing 40 hours of community service for the year. Moving into this next academic year, we are just going to ask students to volunteer as much as they can. We're not asking them to hit a minimum of 40 hours. We're just going to encourage people to volunteer when and where they can, which we will also talk about a little bit later about ways that students can get involved with volunteering for this academic year. Also, our Change Builder students, they do receive a certificate in April at our Civic Engagement Awards ceremony, and a lot of students like to put this on their resume. And all of our Change Builder students are eligible to apply for a $1,000 scholarship. So, how to become a Change Builder. We will be holding a virtual club fair coming up, so we ask that if you're interested to please log on and look for the Change Builder coordinator at that virtual that virtual club fair. We also are located behind Davies House. So hopefully in spring semester or the following academic year, when we're able to reconvene, if you want to meet with the Change Builder coordinator in person, you would go behind Brothers College to Davies House, and that's where the office is located. We also have regular emails being sent out for students to look for volunteering opportunities, as well as a Change Builder webpage under our Center for Civic Engagement webpage on the Drew website that students can learn about volunteer opportunities. Also, a big part of the Change Builder program is for students to use the app called GivePulse, and that's how all of your volunteer hours are recorded. So you can also, in addition to logging volunteer hours on GivePulse, you can look for virtual volunteering opportunities. So how to find virtual volunteering opportunities. Check out Drew Today. This is a daily email sent out to all students as well as Launchpad. We regularly update these platforms with virtual volunteering opportunities. We also recommend checking out the websites listed here, Volunteer Match, United Way, and Jersey Care. They all provide virtual volunteering opportunities as well as in-person, on-site virtual volunteering opportunities. So while Volunteer Match and United Way are national, Jersey Cares is a bit more local to New Jersey. I do want to mention, though, that we don't have any expectation for our students to volunteer at a placement site for this fall or possibly even spring semester. We ask that every student please use their best judgment and their personal comfort level to decide if virtual volunteering or in-person, on-site volunteering is what they would like to do. So if you were to follow the link for Volunteer Match, this is what would come up. And this will allow students to choose between either on location or virtual. So as you can see here, virtual is selected. You would then enter your zip code and it'll come up with a list of volunteering opportunities that are available within your community. The Center of Civic Engagement does maintain a directory of virtual volunteering opportunities, which Amy is going to speak a bit about.
So I wanted to stress that now is the time more than ever that we need to help our nonprofits in any way that we can, and also help the populations that they serve, that these nonprofits really do need volunteers now more than ever. Our Center for Civic Engagement has compiled some opportunities for students to volunteer virtually and literally all over the world. This list is categorized by topics of interest, such as archives and genealogy, health, well-being, literacy, mentoring and tutoring, science, technology, engineering, and veterans, and many more. There's also search engines, as Alex just mentioned. Those are listed as well in this document. So check out this list and the descriptions on our website, and that's at drew.edu/CCE. You'll find the link right on our homepage, and it's being updated regularly, so check back often. There's even a way to suggest additional opportunities that you find and to share them with us. And I should say that I want to thank everyone in advance for providing all the help to make our shared world a better place. And now I'd like to introduce a current Drew student, Juliet Levine, who will explain some of the volunteering that she has done in the past.
Hi, so I'm a sophomore. My majors are anthropology, history, French, and I'm minoring in archaeology. The main places that I volunteered are Great Swamp Watershed Association and Grow It Green. They're both local organizations in Morristown. So I have learned a lot from both of these organizations. I have learned how to be more organized and how to get all of my thoughts together and how to communicate with people, how to communicate and reach out to other volunteers and make sure that they're doing what they signed up for and just keeping in touch with them. And I've also learned how to call up different people for donations and things like that, which has helped me a lot. I think that volunteering is really important and it's so much fun. You get to go out and you get to help people. And there's so many different things that you could do. For the Great Swamp, normally I'm out, as you can see in the picture, I'm in a stream, I'm sampling, I'm physically doing something, which is a lot of fun. And at Grow It Green, I'm helping with a lot of the crops, and I'm harvesting things and washing them and getting them ready for people. So you can physically do things, but then I've also been at desks and I've been making phone calls. And so there's always something out there, something for everyone.
Great, thank you so much, Julia. So next, we're going to talk about Volunteer Without Borders. As we move into this part of the presentation, I want to just discuss that this slide, as well as the following slide, Drew Honduras Project, these are both student groups. They are not run by the Changebuilder program. They're other groups at Drew. And while we are talking about them in this presentation, this is a time of uncertainty. We don't know when these trips will be offered again, but as many of you are incoming freshmen, do not stress. You will have plenty of time over the course of your Drew academic career to be able to take part in these trips. And it's very well possible that we might be lucky enough to do some of these come spring semester. We're not sure as of now. But as I said, so Volunteer Without Borders, it is separate from Changebuilders, but a lot of our Changebuilder students will actually apply and go on these alternative break trips, and their hours will count towards their requirement for Changebuilders. And so typically, Volunteer Without Borders, it runs 3 trips for the year, a winter, spring, and a summer or a May alternative break trip. And in the past, some of the places that the students have traveled to were Puerto Rico to do Hurricane Maria relief, which we see the 4 students in the picture here are doing. They're cleaning up after Hurricane Maria. They've traveled to Merida, Mexico to do childcare work, where they worked at hospitals and local childcare centers with local residents. They've traveled to New Orleans to do construction in the lower 9th Ward, which is still recovering all these years later from Hurricane Maria, which we see 2 students in this picture on the ladder. They're painting at a resident's house in the lower 9th Ward. And then San Antonio, where students actually, as recent as this past March, they worked with local nonprofits that supported immigration. So now I would like to introduce Gianna. Gianna's a recent Drew graduate. She will be taking over the Changebuilder program as the next Changebuilder coordinator. As a student, Gianna was heavily involved with Drew Honduras Project, which she will speak a bit about now.
Thank you, Alex. So hi, everyone. I am Gianna. I graduated this past May with the class of 2020. While a Drew student, I majored in English with a creative writing emphasis as well as political science. And now I'm going to talk about the Drew Honduras Project, an entirely student-run organization that I was involved with while at Drew. The Drew Honduras Project, or DHP, started in 1995. It was started by 2 Drew students. And it's an organization that travels yearly to the Dominican Republic to conduct volunteer projects at an all-girls home. We originally went to Honduras, hence the Drew Honduras Project, but in 2005 there was a travel warning issued for Honduras, so we were able to connect with the home in Bonao, Dominican Republic, and now we donate to the clinic that we used to volunteer at in Honduras, as well as our yearly projects and donations to the Dominican Republic. We also do volunteer projects here in the US where we are involved with Habitat for Humanity and do builds throughout the New Jersey area. And we're hoping to also engage in more virtual opportunities as the world is kind of changing as we live in it. And as Alex said, even though it is uncertain on when our next trip will be, we're still really looking for people to get involved with DHP. So if you are at all interested, feel free to request membership on the path, and we'll be contacting people in coming weeks about how you can still get involved with DHP.
Great, thank you, Gianna. So as we kind of wrap up, I just want to say to everyone, you know, we at Drew, we encourage people to go out and to volunteer. It's ingrained in our culture at Drew. But I want to close by telling you all to enjoy this journey. College is a very exciting time for growth and for discovery. While I am sure none of you imagined that you would be starting your college career this way, I assure you that you have plenty of time ahead of you at Drew to do everything that you want to do. I've spent the past 5 years at Drew as a student and now an employee, and I can tell you that it is an incredible place to be. I ask you all to use these next 4 years as a time for self-exploration, to never stop learning, and to never stop growing. With that in mind, the amazing faculty have taught me so much while I was a student at Drew, but I did learn far more outside the classroom while volunteering both locally and abroad. So I encourage you all to go and give back, as that is the greatest gift. You will learn so much about the world and yourself when you do. So enjoy your journey. And
I just want to say thank you so much, Alex.
Oh, thank you, Amy. So here we just have some contact information listed. Please feel free to reach out to any of us with any questions you may have. I am going to be leaving Drew personally to go back to school, but I will still have my email and I will check that regularly. So feel free to reach out with any questions you'll have. And if I can answer them, I'd be happy to, or I'd get you in contact with the person who would be able to. But please reach out. We encourage people. You know, we want you to volunteer, whether that be virtually or on site, whether it's this fall or this spring. You guys have tons of time ahead of you, but, you know, please reach out and we'll get you set up as a change builder and with volunteering.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this presentation, and we look forward to helping you find volunteer opportunities and connect with the change builders. Thanks so much.